Could have done
I
okay
want
at
to
the
jump
theaters.
in on the Ridley, um,
Oh yeah, Daisy Ridley thing. Yeah.
Daisy Ridley thing on
Mhm.
the Today Show or whatever the morning show it was.
Go for it.
And I'm really shocked at what cowards Disney is. So I did a video. I've done a video on both Moses Ingram. I actually did a very sympathetic video where after her contretemps or blow up, I took it from the angle that why is this multi-billion-dollar corporation hiding behind this singular actress? What is this BS? How dare you? Like, independent, whatever, however we feel about Moses Ingram and what she said, but you are absolute cowards to hang her out to dry like this.
They thought she was a great shield.
Well, but that's correct.
Right.
And the thing is, the actors need to realize this. They need to realize, no, get your executives off their frickin' asses and do the damage control shit. Don't keep hiding behind women of color. They did that also with the Little Mermaid. And here, again, they sent Daisy Ridley, and I'm really impressed with her. They gave her nothing. Like, I cannot recall someone being sent on a very important prestige network show watched by tens of millions. These shows are important. And all she could do was, well, I didn't have a script and they told me about it.
But it'll be awesome.
And it'll be awesome. And she handled herself really well within the context of saying nothing because they gave her nothing. That's BS. Disney, it makes me more, this side of it makes me more angry because I'm used to this side.
But Paul, the only reason they did it this way,
pardon me?
She doesn't have a coworker yet. She doesn't have a colleague on the movie, so they can't put one of those in a car as if they're being held hostage to record a video. So their strategies are limited. Wait till she gets wait till she gets somebody on the movie with her.
So she didn't fall for the Rachel Ziegler thing because she actually is a smart woman. She's not feeling sorry for herself. She's not an avatar of everything that is diverse and everything else.
She just signed a $12 million check. She ought to be happy, happy, joy, joy.
Yeah, but you know what? That doesn't stop these young things who have also signed some fairly hefty checks from saying stupid stuff.
Well, they got to get the sponsorships with the victimization monetization plan.
Well, she's an adult.
Yes,
and
true that.
I really respect the way she handled herself. And you know what? If I was given such weak material to come onto this show, I would have thrown a fit, sworn at them, and then turned around and went on the show happily. But I would have torn a frickin' strip off of the PR person who armed me with nothing and made me look stupid on air.
The only way it could have been better is if it was on the GMA program instead, since that's Disney owned.
So we just, for me and my background, I am seeing one disaster after another in terms of just what, as I said, what chickens they are.
Well, they have been. And the good news is that if this is their new policy, that is to say, well, toxicity of our fans is overblown, which, by the way, that's what every single corporation out there should do, because why would you want to malign the people who pay your checks? But if that's the new strategy, that ends a decade of Disney doing the absolute opposite, which was to highlight and to do everything in their power to divide. And I've never understood why they thought that was a winning policy, except for perhaps they believed that they were on the right side of history. Perhaps they thought that their side was so vast, in comparison, that they could just sit there and malign the Hicks and the Rubes and the flyover country folks. But clearly that's not the case, and surely it never was. I mean,
So there's a couple
still hard
things.
to believe that.
I guarantee you that the social media company that they hired was concentrating on engagement.
Yes,
That's what
absolutely.
they pitched.
And probably
That's
polling
off.
South California,
Pardon me?
and probably polling
Oh yeah, yeah,
particular
but
areas.
they also get paid extra for more engagement, and it doesn't have to be positive.
Right, right.
So that's how these businesses often work. And Disney, and so number one, Disney, yes, they're smelling their own farts. Absolutely. And they believe they're doing the socially justice right thing to do. Absolutely. We've now seen that. And I think they still believe that there's no getting them off of Jones Island.
And just to show folks what you're talking about, this is a website devoted purely to the engagement online, and we can see what the top shows are right now based on this so-called engagement score. No, it's not ratings.
No.
It's how much engagement, how much chatter each show is receiving online. So you've got Masters of the Air at the top,
Hey.
Aspen Hotel, Griselda, which is a win for you, Paul.
Hey.
True Detective, Reacher, Percy Jackson, the Olympians. I think we added to Griselda tonight. But so that's what you're referring to when you're saying that Star Wars probably looked like it was just astounding in terms
Correct.
of the chatter. But when it's as negative as it has been, perhaps that wasn't good after all.
And funnily, from wearing my corporate hat, it's so hilarious when companies finally realize all that millions of dollars that they spent on engagement does not translate to money. Because the most important factor in anything that you do on Google AdWords or social media is something called conversion. If you're not converting people to your product to spend their money, then it's a failure. And conversion rate is terrible on all this stuff.
I'm reminded of, I think it was Firestone was the tire brand that had to be rebranded because of some significant issues, maybe decade and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of smiling to myself because were the modern PR firms there, they would have been looking at that situation going, "Oh, you're doing great. Your engagement is terrific." The only problem was it was everybody saying, "We're going to die using this tire." So,
which isn't good.
It's not optimal. It's not the best outcome.
Yes.
Less than optimal.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.